Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Church Girl Talk. Today we have another special guest, none other than Maurice Howard, also known as the Mayor.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So are you ready for the first question?
Sure, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Okay, you known to be a family man. So tell us how many years you have been married and how many children do you have?
I have 3 children. I have 2 girls and 1 boy.
Okay.
My oldest is 20 years old. That's Kyra. I have a son, Maurice. That's my junior. I call him, even though he's not really a junior.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Riley Grace, which is, I believe, 13. And my lovely wife is the Miss Kenyatta Howard. And we have been married for almost 20 years.
20
Yes,
years?
ma'am. Yes,
Wow.
ma'am. That is right.
So what's something you value the most by being a family
Well, that's actually what my life is all about. It's about nothing else but being a family man. Everything I do from the moment I wake up,
man? Mm-hmm.
it's all about my family. Making sure that my kids have a better opportunity than I had. Of course, I think that's every parent's dream and goal is to make sure that their kids succeed and do better than them.
Mm-hmm.
And so primarily that's my focus. My focus is to make sure that my kids straight, to make sure that when my wife wake up in the morning, she ain't got to worry about the lights on off. You feel me? So it's like that's my goal
Right.
as a father, as a man, as I think any man should number one be a family man
Yes.
and make sure that they provide for their family. So that's my number one goal is to provide for my family, take
Okay,
care of them.
so what advice do you have to give to young couples? Because I'm trying to be married for 20 plus years too.
Well, you know what? That's a real broad question,
Mm-hmm.
and it could take me a little time to answer that. But first off, first and foremost, have a relationship with God.
Yes.
And I know that there's a lot of ideologies out here. I know there's a lot of different faiths and beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
but the guy that I'm talking about is Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, number one is to have a relationship, an organic relationship with God, and then you gotta be the one to justify what that relationship is, because a lot of people feel like if you're not going to church or if you're not doing this, whatever, you don't have a relationship with God. That's not the case, because that's a personal thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The proximity that you have with God and the intimate relationship that you have with God is between you and nobody else but God.
Right.
So the first thing I would tell that couple is get your relationship with God first, correct. Then number two, make sure you two communicate, because that's like the biggest fallout in relationships. Is
Right.
communication. It's just like, there's no perfect relationship, and even after 20 years, me and my wife still have issues to this day that we have to address. But that's part of growing, because if you with a person for any number of years, there's going to be evolution. There's
Right.
going to be elevation. There's going to be some evolving. And once you evolve, that means that the person that's beside you got to grow with you.
Right.
So if we together in year 10 and you may feel this way about a particular thing, but in year 12, you feel a completely different way because you evolve, you grow. And as you grow, the communication between the two of you is going to be key for you guys to advance in your relationship and to have a beautiful family, as one will hope to.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were the former mayor of Aberdeen, Mississippi, correct?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So tell us at what moment that you decided to, hey, I want to run for mayor.
You know
What
what?
made you?
I think the
wanna
first
run?
time I ran for mayor, and I may have to give my wife assistance on this, but I think it was 2012.
Okay.
And at that time, I had just started my trucking company, my first trucking company, and it was Messenger Me Logistics LLC. And I had a little truck we called Bright Boy.
Okay.
It's funny because that's like a real, everything I'm telling you really happened.
Okay.
And I started this company with my own money, own resources, me and my wife, and I started driving all over the country doing my thing, and the business grew. And so from there, I was just looking at our town, our community. I was like, if I can grow my own business, then maybe I can grow this community. And then I'm looking at the things that we lack.
Right.
I'm looking at the things that we need, and then just for real, I got a heart for the people. Genuinely love this city, bleed blue, and wanted to see a betterment for the community. And I believe in 2012 was my first time running, and I almost won. I was only like 27 at the time.
Okay.
And I think I was 77 votes from winning. And then I ran again, I believe in 2020, no, 2016.
Okay.
And I won.
Okay.
And then I won again in 2020.
Okay. So
Yes,
you did about a total of?
Well, it was a total of 6. I did 2 terms, but a total of 6 years because of the incident that we'll get into later.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once you got in office, what was like your vision for the city?
I had a huge vision for this town.
Did you accomplish
majority? Well, to be honest, there was a lot of movement. There was a lot of momentum. There was a lot of chain breaking. There was a lot of things that transpired that I believe, pushed the community further. But to the things that I inspired to see, no, we didn't get those things accomplished. We were on the brink. I think the thing that was accomplished was the part that I just got done before the incident happened. And that was brought to fruition during the term of another mayor, but it was already done up under my administration, as far as a lot of other businesses that were already done up under my administration. And there were several other things that we had, we were on the cusp of doing, but we didn't complete, due to what took place. And so my vision was to create economic development, to make sure that the people in the community didn't have to drive to Toyota, an hour and a half away or 2 hours to Nissan or wherever else, that they had a valuable quality place of work with a very good wage to work right here in the community.
Right.
Get up from down the street and drive to work.
Right.
And so we wanted to create something to make sure that people had something that they can call home at work, at home. And then also for the small business in Aberdeen, I wanted to make sure that we ourselves, the citizens of Aberdeen, made a conscious effort to put the tax dollars back into the community, which is kind of hard being that Aberdeen don't really have a lot. But the people that were taking the chance and spending their money, taking the risk, having the vision to have a business, then I wanted us to support them. But the reality is, whatever business you have to make sure that your business is up to par. But as long as your business is up to par, I want to make sure that people were spending their money in the community of Aberdeen.
Right.
And then, I also wanted to do a lot of things for our children because that's really my passion. Overall, more so than the economic development, more so than, spending the money in our community to kids, because we don't really have a lot for them. And that's the main reason I did the park, to make sure they had just a little place to go shoot some ball. We don't even have that. When I was growing up here, and I'm not even from here, I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
I made it here 13 years old. And when I came here, there was a pool right around the corner. Okay. There was, spaces for us to go. They had food programs for us to go eat in the summer. We'll leave at 7 o'clock in the morning when we get back home at 8 o'clock that night. And our parents knew that this community was safe enough and that we were cool. We were good. And, I just wanted to continue that from when I was a child, bring it back to Aberdeen. And the kids was really my thing. The YMCA, I wanted to do that. I wanted to do another gymnasium. I wanted to do, another pool. And all of that stuff was in the work. But of course, it was stopped for many reasons.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure with that position, it comes with highs and lows.
Yes.
So what was like one of the most challenging things that you had to face?
Oh my God.
And how did you handle it?
Well, of course, there was so many difficult challenges that I had to face as being the mayor. And it's ironic that we are sitting here doing this interview in my place of business right across the street from the city hall. So, I'm kind of smiling because as I answer these questions, I'm looking at my office. And that's crazy how God moments can just come back, and just be like, wow, this is a moment for me. This is like aha moment for me to be discussing the pain that I had to endure, here in this city. And then, for me to have a real moment to be able to share my story and my testimony, and going through that and being able to rise above that and being in the place that I am today. But to answer your question, one of the craziest things that I had to deal with is, being accused of embezzlement and being charged with embezzlement for $2,000, not 20,000. I didn't say 2,000,000. I said $2,000.
Right.
And at the time, I already had a successful business. There's no need for me to steal from the city. And furthermore, was not even actually stealing because the mayor has no access to any funds whatsoever. What they accused me of is taking money from the city for travel per diem, like $200-300 checks at a time, and not going on the trips that I was so-called supposed to be going on. But I had receipts, invoices, and to this day that are still in the file that I proved to show, all with the exception of one trip that I had to turn around because my wife had a miscarriage that they actually know of. The only trip that I can prove I have records that I didn't go on, but yet still I was charged. But to make it easy for me, my family, and to not have to go to trial and fight, I decided to take a plea deal in which that only meant that I have 10 years unsupervised probation and that I get to walk free and not have to go to prison or whatever. But I couldn't be the mayor. And that was all they wanted from me, is to remove me from that seat. So it was all politics. Anybody of power, any influence, especially of a black melanin like I have, the skin tone and complexion that I have, if you're a visionary in this community and you're doing anything that looks like success, you're going to have a target on your back. And so I automatically became a target of community figures and people that didn't want to see the things that I was doing. And so, yeah, I had a lot of challenges from day one when I hit that seat. I had challenges because even the people that, I thought was going to have the same vision that I did, didn't. And so I was basically told, just sit back, take your money, go home, be chill, and play politics. But that's not why I signed up, even though a lot of politicians do. And I've heard people say, you can't be a good politician. I didn't believe that at first, but now I do. Because you really can't. If you try to do everything by the book, they're going to hate you. And then if you're doing everything wrong, they'll love you. So what the enemy really do is to throw the rock to hide the hand. It's like, we the ones stealing and doing all the mean stuff. And I proved it several times. I caught them stealing so many times, it don't make no sense. I literally called the state auditor's office. It was one occasion where somebody had got $30,000 worth of lights, $35,000. And I care not to say the name of the individual was involved, but it was brought to my attention that the money was missing. Nobody had paid for it, but the material went out. I brought it forth to the board. The board acted surprised of it, but didn't do anything. And so I called the state auditor's office and
But when it came to you,
when it came to me, over 2,000 worth of nothing, they all own your boy. And then guess what? They didn't charge me until 2020. They brought stuff up from this is my second term now. They brought the allegations that they brought against me for this 2000, this was from 2016, my first year mayor. So you tell me, you see what I'm saying? Like, that was all a vendetta. It was all a motive. It was all politics. There was a lot of people involved in that situation that didn't want me in this town because I brought people together. You remember that Bulldog Festival, don't you?
I remember.
Any person of any leadership in any year that looks like me, that bring people together, end up in two places, dead or prison. And I've been to prison. So this is what I had to do is understand, like, it's time to pipe down. Because them beautiful people over there, is what it's all about. And I'm talking about my family.
Right.
Pipe down. Let these people have it, because what you really doing? You're going to help the same people that's going to holler, crucify him, just like they did Jesus. And so for me, I had to pipe down, take a step back, reflect, and say, Maurice, what's really valuable to you? And that's God and my family. So never demise what you go through. That was all for me. That was all for a purpose. It was all for you to sit across from this guy. Currently, this is the new Maurice. The old Maurice was afraid. The old Maurice was afraid of what people thought about him. The old Maurice was scared, terrified of the world and what lies out there. Just trying to provide for them kids, because I got them now. I can't push them back in.
Right.
So I got to feed them. And as you can see, I've always done that and will always continue to do that, and will encourage any other male out there that has a family to do that, because I'm an advocate for that. That's all I do. That's all. My intentions is to take care of my family. But in the same time, I got to make sure I can do that. That means I got to stay safe. That means I got to stay protected.
Right.
That means I got to stay under the blood of Jesus. But I also got to stay in the mindset, in the mind frame, to where I have an organization and team around me to make sure that we keep what we doing going by any means necessary.
You know what? You give me that Daniel in the lion den. That's what I'm picking up right now.
Yeah. So you're going to make me really go there. Yeah, because you know what? I'm him. You know who I really compare myself to in this season is Joseph. That's why I preached about Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Because that's me. I was thrown in the pit by my own brothers.
Yeah.
My own niggas. People that I love, that I ride for, that I die for, that I live for. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the people that I'm helping. Because you know what would have happened to that $2,000 if the people of Aberdeen would have stood up and said, man, here go these $2,000 right here. I had it in my pocket. I ain't walking around with no less than a G on me. So really, if you wanted the money, man, here, man, you had this.
They ain't want the money.
They ain't want the money. They wanted me out of that office. It wasn't never about the money.
Right.
Because you got people in Mississippi that's been charged for embezzling millions that ain't never seen a pen. You see what I'm saying? Or never been persecuted. But again, we in southern borders. Right. We in a rebel state. We in Mississippi. The SIP. It don't get no gutter than the SIP. This the SIP. The country.
Yeah, right.
Bunking niggas. That's where we from. And so I've had to survive in under inclement forces against me because of what I want to achieve and want to accomplish and want to provide. I want everybody to be walking around here with money in their pocket, spending money in this town from their money that they making in this town. Now they investing in this town. Now they building houses in this town. Now they got businesses and bars, and they got apartment complexes and houses, and they invest recording studios. You doing movies, shooting them right here.
Right here.
You putting your city on the map. And then guess what? The people that you love so much, guess what they do? They don't even show up for you.
They don't. You right.
The people that are the closest is the people that hate you the most secretly. Because they want to know, what is it about Akila? What is it that keeps her going? What keeps her motivated? How does she keep getting up in the morning after all that shit she's been through? I'm sorry. How does she keep going? And then they don't even know the half.
Don't know the half
of what you really been through. And I'm just using you as an example, right? So the same thing go for me or anybody else in this room. You want to judge me, but you don't even know what the hell I've been through. Nigga. Right. You don't even know what I survived. Right. You don't even know the half. You don't know how many times I wanted to end it all. You don't know how many times I wanted to give up. Like, man, this is too much. Anybody that ever been in a situation where all you wanted to do is survive and live, and niggas wanted to stop you from doing it for no reason? Your own people? Hate you for what? What I do to you, nigga? I don't even know you. Mm-hmm. But you hate me for what?
They can't tell you.
They can't even tell you.
And it goes back to when you was preaching. You preached that sermon. You said about being chosen. That just would come with it. I don't even want it.
No, I don't want it.
You know what I'm saying?
I swear to God, I wish I could sell it. Because honestly, I wouldn't even sell it. I'd give it away. I will give it away. Because all I want to do is be regular. And people say, like, you know, you got, what you mean when you say regular, Maurice Howard? I mean regular, nigga. It is just that. How else do I want? Regular means unleaded, nigga. You 87. I'm 93. Actually, I'm jet fuel, nigga. I'm E85. What's up? I'm different. And it's okay for me to be different and you not like it. But I ain't got no problem with you being regular, homie. If that's what it takes for your car to drive, then fine. Mine, when I pay for it, it cost $359. It's almost like I'm pouring diesel. Because I'm premium, nigga. You regular. And if you okay with being regular, just be regular. But don't hate on the premium. And that's all I'm saying is I've had to deal with regular people that hate on chosen. That's it. And that's all it is. And don't nobody want to say that because that hurts. It does. What do you mean? I'm regular. What I mean is you only regular because you choose to be. Right. So let me make sure I'm clear on this. You choose to be that way. I choose to go the extra mile, which makes me different. Which makes you different. Because you ain't have to do this. You ain't had to pull up here. You don't have to invest your time and energy and money and resources. Put on nice clothes to go chase your dream. But it may not pay off in year 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. But when it hit, right? Then people reaching from you from everywhere. Like, you remember when we was in grade school together? You know, I was in your class, but I don't even know you, but okay. You know what I'm saying? Now people reaching at you from everywhere, but when you were on the come up, you couldn't get them to come to a venue. If you told them it was free, some of them wouldn't show up. Because your own don't support you, but watch this. God will allow you to start here to end up there. Right. Because it's going to be the people that's just like you. It's going to be the people that don't know you, don't have a reason to hate you, that's going to love you. And that's going to embrace you. And that's going to, you know, genuinely support you without any motives. It's crazy. My definition of family has truly changed. Because I thought family at one time was people that had the same blood.
Let's talk about it.
But now I truly understand that family is people that had the same vision.
I like this.
I just got chills.
I like this.
I honestly got chills. It's people that had the same vision. Because when you had the same vision, we could go somewhere. You see what I'm saying? You feel that? It's like when we tap in and we understand, I beat all the odds already. I might as well do it. I survived this long. Like, we ain't even supposed to make it to 25 in this inclement, in this weather. Like, we ain't even supposed to make it to 25. You make it 25 in this environment, you blessed. We didn't surpass that. And you know what we said? Enough is enough. They're going to call us what they want to call us. They're going to name us, talk about us, put us down. Part. So we might as well do what we want to do.
Might as well.
We ain't hurting nobody. We're not being malicious. We don't have any ill intent. We just want to be a blessing. And want to be blessed and want to be loved. But don't get in my way. Don't get in my way.
Please don't.
Because, you know, I ain't bothering you, but if you bother me, I'm going to bother you back. Because I used to do this. I got tired of doing that. Because, you know, David, you know, it was a time where he did this. Turned his cheek. Then there was a time where he said, man, I'm tired of turning my cheek. My cheek hurt. Hey, Goliath. My name David. Give me your head. I'm David right now. And I'm the David that ain't turning no cheeks. I'm the David that's willing to go to the ends of the earth for what I believe in. And that's why a lot of people be intimidated of people that know who they are and secure who they are.
Yes.
Chosen people got an aura. It's something different about us.
Very.
You know what I'm saying? And when you walk in the room, people can feel it.
Yep.
You know, now, and my daughter can attest to this. We was in the drive-thru yesterday. Come here, Riley. Stand right there. Just stand right there. I want you to get on camera. But this, I'm just using this as an example because people recognize you and you don't even know it. You don't even know people looking. And so we were just going through the drive-thru yesterday. What did that girl say, Riley? Look, but listen, and I say that and I want to come from somebody else. Yeah. So you know, I'm not no fallacy type dude. I'm just straight up. And so it's like anywhere you go, anywhere I go, anywhere the chosen go, there's an automatic aroma in the air. Absolutely. And people, whether and it ain't even your looks, it ain't even that, you know that can help. But at the same time, that really ain't got nothing to do with it. It's the presence of who lives in you. It's the greater that is he that is in me than he that lives in the world that lives in me. Yes. So when I show up, he there already. He go check the scene out before I get there. Be like, all right, Mo, it's safe to show up. That's what my God do. He sent my angels. My 333,000 angels that God got covering me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that anywhere I show up, there is a mission and assignment there. If I show up at your restaurant, I'm home. That's an assignment. I got to fulfill my assignment, then I'm gone. I have nothing else to do outside of the mission that I'm there. And so if we doing business together, we doing business together. If we doing commercials together, we doing commercials. Whatever we doing together, we doing it together. And I'm going to make sure that everything is in alignment. I'm going to make sure I give you the best service. I'm going to make sure I give you the best of me, the best effort. But as long as you reciprocate in that, we can move forward and do whatever we need to do together. But the minute that is broken in this season of my life, I cannot play with who's close to me. And I would tell anybody that see this, if you know you a chosen vessel that God hands upon, and I'm talking about Yeshua, then you got to always make sure that you're in the right company. Do not put yourself around people that you got to worry about when you close your eyes. If you can't take a nap while they're in the car with you, you ain't in the right place. Yeah. That was deep. Yeah. So for real, and you just got to make sure you understand where you at. Right. I agree. If you in a season where you could see, I see you. I've been seeing you. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, the reality is everybody got their own life. Everybody doing their own thing. We can support each other from afar. We can, love each other, whatever the case may be. But I wasn't in a space where I was able to really tap into what you were doing. Right. I could support it and always have, always will. But now I'm really tapped in. Because now we're in the same playing field. We both in the entertainment industry now. Right. With me doing my music now, which we gonna talk about, with me getting ready to start a clothing line, Salvation, coming soon. I'm so excited about that. That's me and my wife and family partnership we doing together. We got our own brand, and it's called Salvation, that we putting together. Okay. Of course, we got the gas station, the gas station hemp store. We're getting ready to do dope daiquiris. We got our merch for the gas station. And then you got the DOC album on the way. April 1st. Okay. Getting ready to drop. And so I'm too excited about that because that's really finna shock the world for real. So let me ask you this. So how do you feel about people say, wait a minute now, he a preacher? He was a mayor? Now he calls himself rapping? Right. On a dispensary? Yeah. Like, who is this dude? Right. Like, and why? You know what? So church people easy. They gonna listen. If you ever want to be judged, go to the church. You're gonna get judged soon as you go in the door. Well, you understand? It don't matter who you are, what you do. Right. You're gonna get judged. If you want to get talked about, go to the church. But here's the thing: I know who I am, so it doesn't matter what people believe because I know my relationship with God for myself. I know I'm chosen. You can't listen. I'd have been dead 1,000 times and pop back up like a jack in the box every time. You can't do that unless you chose. Mm-hmm. You can't. Kill you once. Most people die after the first time. They don't even get back up. Mm-hmm. You know how many times I reinvented myself? You know how many times I popped back up? And the world seen it. Mm-hmm. This ain't nothing I'm just making up. It's no fallacy. This is no lie.
Right.
This is the real deal. And the glory doesn't go to me. It go to God. Absolutely. Because I know he the one that done that for me. So I'm truly understanding why it is, but I'm just not afraid to talk about it no more. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, when you humble, people think humble means being timid. And then people say when you talk about yourself, you're bragging. Mm. But in reality, what they're really telling you is they can't handle your faith in you.
Oh, say that again. Say that again. Wait a minute. Say that again.
They can't handle your faith in you. Mm. They can't. These niggas can't take it. They be like, dang, I wish I had the faith that she got. I wish I had the faith that he got.
That's it.
And so because they don't see it in themselves, they'd rather just say, I hate her. Mm-hmm. Rather than get with you and say, man, how you get that confidence? But what they don't know, we some of the brokenest people. Ooh. I had to lay back on that. They don't even know we be depressed. Right.
I'm trying to tell you.
We be isolated. We be torn. We be having issues. We struggle in areas. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We got flesh issues. Mm-hmm. We got habits. We got all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we got struggles. Mm-hmm. And people be really wanting our life and don't even know, bro. You
don't even know.
You don't want this, bro. Mm-mm. You don't want to know what it feel like to where everywhere you go, it feel like
how you
eyes
carry,
on you.
You carry your pain so well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It's how you carry
it. Yeah, for sure. And you know what? I have to. Because I got them watching. I got to, because see, one day I'm going to be gone. Mm-hmm. One day their mom going to be gone. My whole legacy is in them. Mm-hmm. And so I want to make sure that I could teach them to live during a pressurized situation. Yes. My kids seen everything. They was in the yard when the police came and got me. My son going outside, like literally standing up against the police. He, 15, 16 at the time? But look at the beast it made. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But that pain is necessary. Mm-hmm.
Necessary.
You got to go through it. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't be the man who he is today if he didn't go through the trauma. It hurts. It hurts to even talk about it, to think about it. But it built them. And they not bitter. They got anger, of course. Mm-hmm. Just like anybody would. My wife got anger. You know, and sometimes that crosses toward bitter. I get it. Because it's even deeper than all the stuff we've been through with the city. Right. Like we got family betrayal. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like family, deep. Family betrayal. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I don't care who you are, how real you are. Mm-hmm. Betrayal hurts. The things that I've been through with this city, it took a toll on me. And then when I started this dispensary, they came in here knowing I had legal product and took me to prison for a whole year. Only for all my wives and everybody else's charges to be dropped and then me to be released out of prison early. But only a few days early. But I'm grateful for the early. I take that. Had no malice towards nobody in that situation, but them people know what they did to me. Mm-hmm. They got to live with that. Every day. Every day they got to live with that. And ain't none of them doing no good. I literally seen them. Literally. Face to face, bumped into people. Mm-hmm. And you know, I don't even want to go too deep down that road, but I just want to say, they know. And so I'm going to keep moving. And anybody that came against me, they know. Mm-hmm. Just long as I can take care of my family and I can continue to move forward and everybody leave me alone. Just don't get in my way. If you leave me alone, we straight. Yeah. So like, you know, you know, and this is for anybody that's doing anything and you're a chosen man or woman of God, stay out the way. Do your thing. You don't need a group of people. Last night, I sat down and played cards with my family, my wife's sisters and her mom and her brother. I had the most fun. And I was clean just like I am now. Fresh to death. Doing nothing. That's what makes me happy. I don't need to be in the club popping bottles. Because, see, people, they'll see you and try you just because who is that? That's how they looking at, who is she? Now all the girls feeling some type of way because you done walked in fine and got on something stupid. And now they men looking at you. Now they feeling some type of way at you. Now I walk in, all they women, who is that nigga right there? Now they feeling some type of way toward me. Now a nigga want to kill me and don't even know me because I'm married. Nigga, I don't want your woman. I ain't studying her. See, that's what I'm saying. You running into issues about stuff that nigga got smoked with you about over something that happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or in that moment. They just find a way to hate your life. Because the club dark, but it's shining in the corner because you over there.
Right. Believe it or not. Fact.
And it ain't the diamonds. It's you.
You.
It's your aura. It's your presence. And they can't stand it. I'd rather not be around that. And so, long as I got family, even I love to cook too. Like I cook for real. Like I do hibachi. Like I do mostly grilling and stuff like that. I leave my wife to the real soul food. But like pasta and stuff like that, I love to cook. I like to entertain. So I would prefer to just make a bag and go kick it with my people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, so that's the type of time that I'm on.
So I want to thank you for being my guest and for being open and being real, being authentic, being you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's what this platform about.
Yes, ma'am.
People coming on, they telling their testimony, their story. I can't tell your story.
Yes, ma'am.
Like you can tell your story.
Right.
So what would you like to end or give advice on to the audience, the people that's watching? And keep in mind too, like we got some more to talk about too.
Yeah.
This ain't it, y'all.
Yeah, like
it's a part 2, part 3, all of that coming.
Yeah, we're gonna keep them coming until we run out.
Yes.
So I just say this. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. When I tell you, it's more to the story. Yeah. It's more to the story.
Stay tuned. We got a lot to say. We got a lot coming. And I think we're going to kind of tap into some of those betrayals and some of those events and things that I've been through that's hard to talk about.
Gotcha.
So on the next episode, I want to make sure we go a little bit more in depth into the real story of Mo.
Absolutely. Yes, well, y'all heard it here. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes. God bless. Peace.
From City Hall to the prison yard.
Former Aberdeen Mayor Maurice Howard is back in jail.
County Sheriff's Office arrested Maurice Howard
of Aberdeen. The city mayor finds himself in hot water after
former Aberdeen City Mayor Maurice Howard is in prison.
From pain to now walking into my promise. I'm him. You know what it is. Fresh out the can, my nigga.
Yeah,
Let me put my hemp out on these niggas, man. Yeah.